Hi everybody, this is Danielle from A Novel Plan. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're returning, welcome back. It's great to see you guys here. Today I'm going to be working in the back of my Erin Condren planner and I'm going to be setting up this book tracker. Okay, I'm still working to fill out my notes pages in the back here. I do have this one done. This is my weight loss tracker. I do need to color in a few things because I have lost about 5 pounds, which is pretty awesome. And I'm still working. I ended up doing my vision map and getting that done, and I have some more pages to do here. Today I'm going to be working on the book tracker. Now, this year it's really a goal of mine to read a certain amount of books, so I want to put this in the back here because this is the planner I look at every single day. When I finish the book, then I will write them down in the back here. So let's take the sticky note off and let's get started. To set this up is going to be very simple. It is just going to be mild liners, it's going to be pencil, and it's going to be pen, and those are the only things that I'm putting on this. It's very simple, very straightforward. I'm actually not going to pull any stickers in. The first thing I'm going to do is, I already pre-counted, but there are 28 lines here, so I kind of have to measure out exactly where I want everything to be. I'm going to do, I think, 4 different shelves in my bookshelf. So I have my handy dandy ruler, which is all beat up, and I'm going to be able to draw my straight line and just kind of make an outline of the bookshelf and what I want it to look like. I know that there are 28 lines, and so I'm going to go ahead and put that line down to there. These are going to be the sides of my bookshelf. And I kind of took some inspiration from some pictures that I had seen on Instagram. And I'm going to make a bookshelf shape. Now I am doing this in pencil because I inevitably will be making mistakes somewhere along the line. And the way I kind of want to do this is I kind of want to actually make the shelves. So eventually I'm going to erase this line. Oops, that's not completely straight. But this will be kind of the top piece of wood. I'm going to make a kind of thickness to the wood on this side. Oh, that actually turned out pretty straight. And then I guess I'm just going to kind of eyeball it on this side to try to get it the same thickness. And I don't know if I did the greatest. Nope, they're different thicknesses. I might fix that later, I might not, but I'm not super worried. So then, if I count out, I think I decided I wanted 5 lines per row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here. And I'm going to make my next shelf here. And I debated this, but I actually think I'm going to make a thickness to the shelves as well. Because a piece of wood is not just 1 line thick, it has to have depth to it. So I kind of want to add that in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then my next shelf, and so on and so forth, all the way to the bottom. So I almost made it to the bottom. I'm actually going to erase this. And then my bookshelf is just going to be a little bit raised off the ground. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm then going to go in with my eraser and I'm going to erase these lines where the shelves intersect, because you typically wouldn't see that in like an actual bookshelf. It would just be kind of seamless with the wood. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit realistic. So there's the basis of my bookshelf right there. This is in pencil, so I'm not really quite sure if you can see this or not. I'm going to go over it with pen really quick so you guys can see it a little bit better. Pen is done, so you can see it just a little bit better. This is kind of the outline of what it's going to look like. So I debated on this. I'm actually going to color the shelves brown. I'm going to use this brown mild liner. It's a little dark for what I want. I kind of want to use colored pencils, however, I can't find my colored pencils. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and use my mild liner and color in all the shelves. I guess this is where my love of coloring comes in. Hopefully I can do an okay job. Okay, so this is how it turned out with the brown. A few spots I messed up a little bit, but no biggie. It's in the back of my planner. It doesn't have to be perfect. So on to drawing the books in the shelf. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have seen kind of something similar to this on social media, and I'm just going to be like freehanding this. I'm not even going to really make it perfect. In the very end, I might come back through and maybe straighten out some of these lines, the ones that are actually straight, but for the most part, I think I'm just going to kind of freehand it. So what I like to do with mine is I like to add a little bit of curve at the top here, because a book on the spine is not completely straight. So just a little bit of maybe shape to it. But really all I'm going to do is kind of make, you know, different size shapes of books. So maybe some fat, some skinny. I think that I'm going to make this one a little bit skinnier for some variation in the shape. And again, I'm using a pencil just so I can, if I make a mistake, that it's a lot easier to fix. Maybe another tall one that's kind of skinny next to it. And then I like to add some variation. So maybe here in the middle of the shelf, I will have a book that's kind of laying on its side and that will be stacked this way. And then maybe the next one will be a little bit skinnier and stacked on top of that, like that. And then I will go back to adding in the tall books. Oh, that one was a little rough. But I'm just kind of sketching out the general shape of what I want these to look like and going from there. So maybe, you know, I kind of like to vary the size and height of them. So, you know, maybe one really short one, maybe this is like a children's book in your bookshelf, I don't know. And then maybe one really fat one. And then maybe this one is kind of leaning this way a little bit. Oh, I don't like how I did that one though. I need a little bit more shape for leaning, so I think I'm just going to do one short fat one. And honestly, like, if I read, say, The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, if I read that book and, you know, it's a fairly thick book, I'm okay, you know, making it a short book. It doesn't, the size of the bookshelf here does not need to, like, match the book in real life. So there's my sketch, the rough sketch of my first one. My second shelf may be a little bit different. Maybe I do some books kind of leaning this way, like this, and then kind of leaning, and then maybe there's a taller book that's leaning up against it too. But they're both, maybe I'll make this one a little bit fatter. But just to add kind of some variation to what it looks like. And, you know, some people will add, you know, maybe they'll leave a blank space here and they'll put a picture, or they'll draw a picture of like a succulent or something to kind of give it some variation. I'm not a very good drawer, so for me to do that would be a lot more difficult. So I think I'm just going to stick to books and just kind of stack them in different ways that are kind of catching to the eye. And then maybe I'll stack one more on top here. And then, I don't know. Anyways, this is kind of how I go throughout the whole bookshelf. I just kind of add, you know, different heights, different variations, maybe a really fat one here. And then I will go over this with pen at the end. But I just kind of sketch it out to the best of my abilities. And then I can kind of finalize it from there. So there's my second shelf sketched out. So then my overall goal for this year was 50 books. I want to try to get in a book a week. So I kind of have to remember and keep that in mind. So as of right now, I have 22 books here. I need to make sure that I can add in the other 28. So right now I'm averaging 11 books per shelf. So I kind of have to make up for that here. Maybe make some, you know, maybe make 4 or 5 books in a row that are really skinny so I can add in more books on the shelf. So just keep in mind when you're making this, how many books are in your goal for the year so you can fit them all on here. right there. Okay, so there's my 50 books in my bookshelf. Rough sketch of what it's going to look like. I actually don't like how something looks on here, so I might just add this. I'll just make 51 books. Yeah, I just felt like that looked weird. So 51 books, I guess, is what's going to be on here. So now that I kind of have this roughly sketched out, I am going to go back through. I am going to take my pen, which is the Energel Clenna. This is the 0.5. And I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go back over this with pen. I'm going to straighten out some of these lines and I will be right back. Okay, so I went over it with pen and this is how it turned out. It came together a lot more once I got my ruler out and I just kind of straightened it all out, straightened out some of the lines. I will go and erase the pencil at the very end because I'm actually going to now take my mild liners. So to me, this is just a little bit boring, a little bit blah. So I figured I would take these mild liners. I picked these colors. They're super fun and bright, which I really wanted because the brown and the black and the white just kind of brings it down. So why not add a little bit of interest to it? So I'm actually going to take the mild liners and I am going to kind of outline the books in different colors. And I'm going to take this skinnier end here instead of the thicker end so I don't take up as much space to write in here. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to kind of alternate. Okay, so that actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. I went ahead and put all the colors down. It looks spectacular. I love how it looks. So then the last thing I'm really going to do is kind of put a title on it. Right up here at the top, I'm just going to write book tracker. I'm going to use a gray mild liner. And then I'm going to go over it with cursive. I did this on this side over here. I'm going to do something similar to this where I did the block lettering and then I did the cursive over the top. I kind of want to keep that as like a theme throughout the back of the notes pages. So let's see how this goes. I'm actually not going to do it in pencil this time. So hopefully it's centered and we shall see. I'm really nervous doing this. I hate messing things up. If I mess it up, it is no good, but I think it's okay. So that is like super free-handed, and I actually don't think I'm going to go over it anymore because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up some of the letters. Now, the cursive part I am going to do in pencil because I feel like this would be super easy to mess up. So let's see how this goes. I'm still learning kind of how to do this. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's see what it looks like with the pen now. You know, I'm slowly but surely gaining confidence with like my handwriting and stuff. But right as I say that, watch it go to crap and just turn out awful. Kudos to anybody who has like great handwriting in cursive because I am not one of them, and it always turns out like, it's not bad, but it's not great either. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I think it looks okay. And then right here at the bottom, I'm going to write 2021. Just so I have the year down here. Let's see if I can do this. I think I'm just going to do that, and then I don't really know how I would do 2021 in cursive, so I think maybe what I'll do is just kind of go over it with pen then too, just to make it stand out a little bit. But yeah, there's not really a way to do cursive numbers. I mean, maybe there isn't, I don't know, but there we go. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do with this. I am completely done. So then how I will be using this is when I read a book and I have it finished, I will then write the title in here. I have the book club book that I just finished up. However, I can't exactly remember what the title is, which is really bad. Don't judge me for it. But once I go upstairs and look at the spine of the book, I will go ahead and write that in here. I am currently reading like 2 other books that I'll put in here, so I will just track my books throughout the year, write them in here when I finish them, and hopefully reach my goal. So this is just right in the back of my planner, which I love. So right back here is the last week. This is June 2021 in this planner, right into my notes pages, and this is what my first set of notes pages looks like. It looks awesome. I love how it looks. You have the book tracker on this side, you have my weight loss tracker on this side. On this one is going to be my weight loss rewards chart, which I'm going to be doing soon. I need to put all my school info in here still. My vision board. I have a fun page coming for this home project one. My Fly Lady schedule's coming in here. And then these couple pages here are like my YouTube ideas and my shop ideas. Those will not be like decorated at all. Those will be just pen and paper. So I love how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super fun to make. I'm excited to fill it out. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment if you have any questions about kind of how I set this up. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. I have a lot of fun stuff coming. So if you want to see more videos and be notified when they go up, definitely hit the bell so you get notified when they go live. I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!